You're not lazy, you're just lost, my friend. And since you don't know where you're going, it's just very hard to justify why to go through all this pain if there is no reason, no benefit on the other side. So if you find it difficult to wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, have a good diet, it's because you're not immersed in a future vision. So it's kind of like this distant fairy tale that people say that, yeah, you can have it, but really, like, can I actually have that? In this video, I want to break down the secret lessons I got from Greek philosophy and the massive impact they had in my life in order for me to not feel lost anymore and to start feeling effortless to do the hard things. The most impactful lesson I had from Aristotle was the word telos, which means something that is finished, the goal, the end. Aristotle believed that everything has a purpose, everything has an ending. And telos means what something is meant to achieve at the end of its existence. An analogy that stuck with me all these years was acorns telos, which is basically to become an oak tree. Within the seed, there is all the potential to become an oak tree. It's all there, and every one of the seeds have the potential to go to telos, the ultimate purpose. So Aristotle believed that before we set to do anything, we ought to think why we are doing it. What is telos, what is the end goal, and what this means for us? Without knowing the goal, the ending, you actually risk inertia to take the driver's seat, which is the equivalent of being lazy today. You simply go with the wave without setting to actually do anything. So what happened in my life, and I'm sure you can resonate, is that every time I'm going towards a direction, for example, I want to go to the gym every other day. Even when I start with a lot of motivation, there is always this little voice, and it's getting a lot louder when it's cold outside, or I'm very tired from the previous day, or I woke up late. And this little voice tells me, why should you go to the gym? Why you don't just stay home? And if we don't have telos, if we don't have the why, the goal, if we cannot envision and feel why we do what we do, we just stay home. I'm just staying home. So if you're not driven by a deeper why, by a purpose, then why to not eat the unhealthy thing, to not go to the gym, not meditate? It's so much easier to do everything else than growing your body, mind, and spirit. Like, always, it's so much easier to do what is easy, and that's what Aristotle is talking about here. You know, there is a lot of people out there that they victimize themselves, or even worse, they are turning against themselves. But I know you're not like these people. You're special. And I know that it's more painful for you to not moving towards direction than anyone else in your life. Like, the only way for you to justify suffering is meaning. And if you have the right why, you can do anything. But if there is no purpose, why to go through that? Like, it's so much easier to watch Netflix and scroll through your phone. I remember when I was 10 to 15 years old approximately, I had no purpose. As a kid, I just wanted to play, be with my friends, play on my PlayStation 1 back then, and everything that had to do with school, it just felt like useless and painful. So I remember writing on walls, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. In Greek, it's varieme. I was writing that everywhere. And something that happened later is that I found programming and I found my professor. And this internally, without really thinking about it, it gave me a massive goal and direction. And it made me very excited. So funny enough, from me not studying at all, I start working and writing programs for over 10 hours a day, every moment. Even at school, I wasn't able to have a laptop, and I was literally writing the code in a piece of paper. And then when I was going home, I was writing on my laptop to compile it. Why? Someone else would say that this is suffering, but there was such an unbelievable goal and direction that was the most unbelievable experience and season of my life. And it's not about my story. I want you to be thinking how this resonates, what happened to your life, what evidence you have that this is possible, you did it in the past, and you can do it again. So to be sure we're on the same page, you are not lazy. You don't have a why, you don't have a telos, you don't have a final purpose in life. Or even in this season, it doesn't have to be in life, it can be that you have a purpose for this season. Every one of us, we are born with an essence, an energy. You're a unique human being that already, like the seed, you have a final purpose. You can do anything. It comes down to being with yourself and be able to discover within yourself why you're doing something. Actually, I have an actionable step that I'm always doing to help me in these moments. Let me bring it. Okay, this is my notebook. I used to be very addicted to content, being lazy, etc. And at some point, I started watching some videos about notebooks. And this is the one tool that had the biggest impact in my life, actually. Let's talk about right now. I really didn't want to record videos. And right now I have to sit for 1 hour and record 3 videos in a row. And I was very, very lazy. It was very painful for me to sit down, open the camera and then actually talk for over an hour, right? So what I did is that I said that I am not allowed to do anything else, watch content, do any other tasks, talk to anyone until I sit down and I record 3 videos. The only tool I had at my disposal was my notebook. And as you can see, this is literally me writing every reason why creating these videos today is gonna be huge for my life and for my future. So at some point, I was writing so much, so many ideas, so many reasons, and I was so bored being for over 1 hour in the couch doing nothing. And I was like, I prefer to go and record these videos right now than sitting on this couch doing nothing. So I want you to understand that at the end of the day, you pursuing the growth of your body, mind, and spirit, like I do by making these stupid little videos, even though sometimes painful, it will actually bring a different gift to the world. Every one of us, we are a different seed. When we go in the ground and we put the water and someone take care of us, or we take care of ourselves in our case, then we will blossom into something completely different. Every one of us, we have a different vibration. You, your friends, me. It is our responsibility to take care of this vibration by finding our why and moving towards the direction that our soul desires. If you think about it, the only thing that stops you right now is the little voice in your head that tells you to follow inertia, to do nothing. And what takes this voice away? I would say that the most powerful tool I found was presence. When you are able to both visualize where you want to go, your telos, and at the same time, you're able to be present, understand what is happening within you, and take the direction that you decide to do, then you're unstoppable. I know that this is very easy to see that on a video and have this philosophical discussion about Aristotle, but at the end of the day, it is within your hands to be able to expose what is your why by writing on a notebook and decide every moment to be present and make the right decision for yourself. And it becomes step by step. Every day you have to water your plant. It's not that if you put a bunch of water one day, then you don't have to ever deal with this plant again. You will drown it. You have to nurture it every single day. You have to move towards this direction of having flow every single day. It is within your hands to connect with the innate identity that the universe gives you. So again, if there is one thing to take from this video, is that you are not lazy, you're just lost. And it is within your hands to pick up a pen and find your telos, find your why. I'm so grateful you stayed here. You're very special for you to take this video, watch the whole thing. And right now you can make a statement to yourself by picking up a pen and actually writing a sentence. It was very amazing making this video, and I hope I will see you in the next one.